Hello! Thank you for tuning into this week's reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them, of course. That being said, for the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti. And the text is by Barbara Moore. If you need to freeze frame to see the spelling, I understand, definitely. I knew the website a minute ago, and then my brain said, forget that information. I want to say it's llewellyn.com. Here, I'll just show it to you. It's there at the bottom, I just can't read it at the moment, so hopefully it's focusing on camera. If I get a little closer, it gives you some social media links too, so feel free to check that out. I want to say it's Llewellyn, I could be wrong. Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. That's how you spell their names. Website on the back that I always notice is shewhoisart.com. Feel free to check that out if you would like to. I think there's a couple other ones on there too, so I'll move it up so you can see anything you want to see. And I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool. And then I have a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice to choose the element to match up with the minor arcana. They're from here. The math, I think it's mathartfun.com. Hopefully you can see that website if you want to. I think it's mathartfun.com. Alright. That being said, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Pisces! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid from when you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Pisces? I don't know why I'm excited, but I kind of am. So, oh, and there's the Sun card. So, okay, that's good. Which I usually say at some point anyway. I'm a Pisces as well, so the Treasure. That's the Ten of Pentacles. Something good is like trying to get into your life. Something good is definitely trying to come into your life. And you're questioning, like, but is it good? Okay. Spirit guide energy here in the sense of, like, this might be something that keeps toddling around you, and you might be avoiding it. It's something good, but, like, it's almost like, yeah, I've kind of done that before, and I don't know if I really... I don't know. I feel like that energy keeps coming around. Like, I've done that before, but I don't know if I really want to do that again. Kind of like, I don't know if that's good. I am getting a lot of career vibes here. Doesn't have to be, but you're going to see this card anyway, so literally, career. Career! Could be work. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. So remember, it's a general read. Take it as it resonates for you. It's something that's kind of working its way around you, and I feel like you're kind of avoiding it because you're not really convinced that it's going to be a good thing. What is that? The Five of Cups? You want to be happy, and you're just not sure that this direction that's coming toward you is going to lead you towards that happiness. The pursuit of happiness in some version. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is where it's going to be, and I don't know if I really want to go towards that because I'm not convinced I will be. I do get that it's time to move forward towards something. I love this card. I think it's a very beautiful card. But the Five of Cups is saying, I feel like you're kind of like, I want to be happy. I just don't believe this is going to bring it to me. I just don't really believe it. And you do get energy moving towards it. But I feel like I've been watching and just kind of letting it be there. It's almost like the ship that's out to harbor. And I'm kind of like, I see it out there. I could pull it towards me, but I'm not. And I also feel like when I see the Queen of Wands here, you have to pull it towards you to make it happen. This isn't something that's going to just show up in your life and make itself happen. You're going to have to pull it. So, like, for example, if it was a career work type of thing, if it's a promotion or a different job, or you want to change teams, or, you know, you want to do something different, you have to actively move forward and start making it happen. And it's kind of like, I know it's there, and I've been watching it. I keep feeling like I've been watching it. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm watching it float around in the harbor, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not convinced. I feel like I'm not buying into like it's for me. This can come in any time now, is what I'm also getting. So when this reading shows up for you, if it's hitting, it's not about it's going to happen today, tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks, 2 months. It's kind of like it's waiting. Once you start doing the process and moving forward, it's going to start. That's, if that makes sense. You are wanted, by the way. So whatever it is, you're wanted there. I feel like even if it's, for example, if you wanted to look at it and like trying for a job at a different company, it's almost like this energy doesn't realize that it's missing you, but it's missing you. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's kind of like you're the missing piece. And once you're there and you fit in, it's kind of like this is what we've been missing this whole time. Does that make sense? Even if they don't know you, it's kind of like they miss you before they even know you. I feel like that energy is there. You do match in. This talks about the Chariot talks about Cancer energy sometimes. Doesn't have to mean you're dealing with a Cancer. You don't even have to have Cancer placements in your chart. You don't. But this is saying it's a water sign that's compatible with Pisces. It's something that actually wants you around. That like, the more you get to know it, the more it just kind of wants to keep you close and actually cares about you and believes in you. So we're trying to bring this energy forward. Did I put out those cards? I did. I'm seeing these other cards and I'm realizing I put out all the cards. There's a lot of them. It's time to start working towards it whenever you want to. Anywhere from now for the next couple months. It's just waiting for you to start putting that work towards it. Is that the Six of Pentacles? Yeah. So you got to start putting effort towards it to make it happen. It's something that you really are going to like. It's just, I feel like I'm nervous. I'm like, yeah, but will I? Yeah, but will I? I keep getting that energy, like, yeah, but will I? But will I? It also seems like once you really start the process, whatever it is, I know I'm using the financial thing and the work thing a lot. It just seems like it's the easiest fit. But remember, however this applies for you, once you start that first thing, so for example, you put in the job application, just for argument's sake. It just, like, they contact you back, you keep up your end of the bargain. It just has this ebb and flow. It just seems to go on its natural momentum. Because I do feel like you take it seriously, whatever it is, and you do put in your honest effort. Kind of like, all right, I opened the door, now I got to keep up with the process. And you do. It doesn't seem like it's that hard for you. And I'm getting like the Sun card coming in with this. Like the Sun card is telling me it's going to feel good when it starts. I don't think you're having an issue with that. I think it's more like, yeah, but I've lived a while. Just because it starts good doesn't mean it's going to stay good. And you're trying to be more realistic is what I feel like you're trying to do. I feel like you're trying to be realistic. Like, I want to keep my feet on the ground. I want to make sure that I'm looking at this for what it really is. I don't want to go in this thinking, oh, it's going to be sunshine, rainbows, great, 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 yay, candy, desserts, chocolate, caramel, all that wonderful stuff. You know, and it's kind of like, I don't want to go in with that attitude and then be like, oh yeah, there's vegetables. Yeah, there's beets. And the reason I use beets is personally, I want to like beets. I don't like the taste of beets. They're beautiful. They're very pretty. We can just sit them in a bowl and put them there and I'll look at them. They're great. But I just don't like the flavor. It's kind of like, oh yeah, there's beets. Oh yeah. I mean, they look pretty, but I don't want to eat them. There's whatever you're adding into here, it really does want you. You are bringing in a lot of healing here. Judgment. People really do like you a lot. I'm saying this as a Pisces, because for some reason I feel like you might be doubting it. Kind of like, why would they want me so much? Why am I so important? What about me is making them so excited? Like, I don't get it. You fit. You're honest. You emotionally connect with them, and like they feel like you genuinely care about how they feel, and they genuinely care about how you feel. All these cards are popping in. Healing, clarity. The Four of Swords I'm seeing is a healing. Clarity with it right here. Judgment in your favor. That Lover's card does not have to be romance. It could be. Doesn't have to be. Remember, it's a general read. But that's like, I feel like that's when somebody genuinely cares about how things affect you, how you feel about it. They're not looking to judge how you handle things. They just genuinely see you as a good person and take your feelings to heart. The spirit guide energies keeps trying to pull this towards you too. Keeps trying to pull this towards you. Now, it's going to have a learning curve. I don't think that's going to be a problem. This is the path we want to go. It gets confusing a little bit is what I'm thinking. Because it's going to have a learning curve, and there's going to be some time where you have to meld into the situation. Doesn't have to be a work situation, but say you're starting a new job. You got to learn how it's done. You got to learn how people work. You got to learn how all that good stuff. You know, all that good stuff. There's going to be a learning curve. It's just doesn't mean it's bad, but you don't want to assimilate. I feel like that's a danger for Pisces. Maybe some more than others. Maybe some of us don't have that as much of an issue. I do feel like the base Pisces energy wants the people who like them to like them back, and they try to like assimilate a bit to that is what I'm thinking. It's not always the case, but we got to be careful to not overly bond. To be careful in the beginning to kind of like step back, let people show, like we want to participate, yes, participate definitely, but we want to step back. We don't want to be too giving. We don't want to be, how do I explain this? So the analogy I'm going to use is like in a relationship. You meet somebody, oh great, wonderful, woohoo, love it. It's a bad idea when you start a relationship to trip over yourself and do everything for the other person. It's not a good thing. We want to balance it. We want to do some, but we want to step back and give them a moment to breathe and see what they're going to bring to the table themselves. We don't want to do everything. Like if we're going to equate it to like a relationship and we're making a dinner, kind of like, all right, hey, I can make this dish I can make great. How about you come over and I'll make this? Okay, that sounds great. And then we want to give them a kind of like a chance to like add into the situation. Kind of like, all right, we're getting to know each other. I'm going to make this. All right, maybe they don't realize I'd like them to participate back. So maybe I'll be like, oh, you want to, if you want, how about, I'll make the dinner and all this stuff. And then if you want to bring dessert, we can do that. So whatever you want for dessert is fine. If you could bring that. And then like invite that person to help you like pull it together a little bit. Like when you're getting the dishes out, kind of like have them help you put that out. I feel like this is a good way to start this thing. Like the participation both ways. We want to kind of step back and see what they do naturally, and we also want to kind of encourage them to kind of be a part of the process. I know that may sound weird, but I feel like really great relationships come from that, kind of like, communicating what you want, participating, giving, but giving the other person a chance to give back, seeing how you really mesh, how it really comes together, that type of thing. Because I feel like we want to be careful not to give too much. We want to give, but not too much. We want to be aware of how much we're giving. We want to give to the situation to a point. We don't want to overgive. We don't want to be like tripping over ourselves and just like giving, because it becomes a bad pattern. People get used to that pattern and they like it, especially if that's what they're attracted to. They get addicted to that. It just drains us. We can't have that. So we want to make sure we talk, communicate, hold the line, don't overgive, and make sure that we have this ability to kind of step back and breathe. That freedom is not walking away. That freedom is every now and then step back and breathe and kind of evaluate it for ourselves. Just step back and breathe. Step back and breathe every now and then. Like, how is this feeling for me? Do I feel like this is a pattern I've done before? Do I feel like they're giving back to me the way I need them to? Is this actually working? Do I need to communicate about that? The Star card I see as a very strong communication card, in the sense of like, what do I really want? And me communicating and putting out there and working towards what I want versus what's here. And making sure I'm balancing that out with like, I'm not looking to just take. I'm looking to give and get back what I'm giving. Like in some type of, metered way. That could also, if this is one of those things where you're kind of like, I don't know, is this really what I want? That could help you form this in a way for you to get what you actually want. So it just doesn't become something that you're like, ooh. For some of you, I do realize that sometimes Pisces has an issue where it's hard to give in the beginning. We just kind of hold back and we just kind of don't. So if you're one of those Pisces that you have a hard time giving in the beginning, push yourself to get out there and participate more to create that balance. You definitely want that balance for this situation, so that way it becomes a situation that you actually enjoy and feel a part of versus like, I feel like this is it's a different way that I've seen it happen for Pisces. It's not really something I've experienced, but where somebody overdoes and you let them overdo for you, it runs its course. It's not a good thing either. So if that's balancing out that way for you, make sure you balance it. Like, you keep yourself engaged. You make sure that, you say what you want to do. You make sure that you're bringing something to the table and they're okay with that. Not in the sense of like, oh, okay, I'll let you do that. Okay, in the sense of like, oh, you're going to participate in that way? Oh, I love that. You follow me? Hopefully I didn't make that confusing. The situation needs some time to form. There's random energy. Keep trying to balance it. Keep participating. Don't over-participate. Don't under-participate. I don't think it's that hard for Pisces because I feel like you're going to feel it. If you're over-participating, you're going to feel it. Like, oh, this feels like a lot. So kind of bring it back. Dial it down. Also, I feel like Pisces is very easy to get that, like, oh, I feel like they're just doing everything. I'm not really doing much. It feels uncomfortable. Balance it out. When you feel it, you'll feel it. Like, that imbalance will be there and you feel it. Just balance it out. Communicate. Communicate is really great. Communicating. Getting past all this, you keep moving forward. This is going to be something you really do want. This is going to be something. So whatever type of connection this is, be it work, be it something else, be it a relationship, you got this great value at the end, being true to yourself and being true to the situation. Hopefully I made sense with that balancing. Like, you don't want somebody to do too much for you. You don't want somebody to want you to do everything either. It's being conscious of it. You will feel it. If you're doing too much, you will feel it. I feel like that's going to be the easiest one to feel. Like, uh-oh, this is familiar. This is too much. I don't like this. Versus like, uh-oh, I'm not doing enough. They're doing everything. It makes me uncomfortable. I feel like this is an imbalance. And just communicating. You can have something that's going to last a long time by communicating and balancing it in the very beginning. It will create a pattern. It will just stick with the situation the whole way down the line. So again, I keep getting like that spirit guide energy. Like, this is something they're trying to bring not only forward to you, but they're trying to help you find a way to like maneuver this or manage this in a way that long term can be very enjoyable for you and very profitable, lucrative, prosperous, however you want to look at it. Are we good? I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.